Artemus Toast here, and we got a really special thing going on today. As you know, I've been in the music industry for over 4 decades, and I got the pleasure of meeting a lot of great musicians over the years. And today I'd like to introduce you to what I feel is one of the greatest drummers I ever met. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Xerxes.
Artemus Toast.
Xerxes, how you doing, buddy?
What's going on, baby?
Nothing much, man. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be sitting in front of your kit here. What do you call your kit?
That I call Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. What made you come up with that name?
Believe it or not, I didn't come up with the name. My bass player, Aaron Newell, came up with the name.
Okay.
And he always acted like I would transform from one person to another once I got behind the kit. It's a part of me. I've always been the biggest guy in the band. My tool has always been larger than everybody else.
Understand.
But yes, that is my bloodline when it comes to the music. It's a reflection of me.
All right.
So that's why I have it just like I have. I love it.
First off, I gotta say, wow.
It's a big kit.
It is a big kit.
Yeah, it's a big kit.
Let me ask you this, Xerxes. Who inspired you to become a drummer?
Believe it or not, Ringo Starr.
Ringo,
Because I am 60 years old. When the Beatles hit America, they were on the Ed Sullivan Show. Mm-hmm. And back then, there was only one TV in a house. And all of us were gathered around the TV to see what is this phenom that everybody is talking about, the Beatles. And they came out on stage. Ed Sullivan introduced them. Ringo Starr gets behind his kit. He starts, and I was like, wow.
You were hooked from that moment.
I never saw anything like that. Yes, so I was like, I have to do that. I got to do it. I got to do it. He was just phenomenal.
You obviously you've been drumming for a while now.
4th grade.
Since 4th grade. Wow. Yeah. Congratulations, man. Keeping up the. I like to see musicians, keeping up with their respective instrument. Because you only grow over time.
Mm-hmm.
Your talent only gets better over time. The old saying goes, practice makes perfect.
More important even than that, I have decades and decades behind me. Music has totally changed from whenever I was quite young. Be it 4th grade to junior high to high school, the music has changed every year, and even now you have more genres coming out.
And subgenres.
Yes, within the genres, yes. So it's a lot of work to keep up. But that's what I like to do. So,
you're talking about keeping up. What bands over the years or through the decades that you've been playing, there's always, a phenom band, per decade. Give me a rundown, from Ringo Starr, who's inspired you over the years?
Naturally, as long as the Beatles were hot and beyond their days, you played the Beatles. Now, when it comes to good drumming, if you weren't playing into Led Zeppelin, you can't play.
John Bonham.
So I would use the song Good Times, Bad Times.
Great song.
And that was my warm-up.
Okay.
I figure if I can warm up to something like Good Times, Bad Times back then I should be able to play pretty much anybody else's music.
Understandable.
Because I'm warming up to the best.
Yeah. Understandable.
But at the same time now, I have transitioned decades later. There is, in jazz, Dave Weckl.
Oh, yeah.
None better.
Yeah.
None better.
We've had this conversation before. You turned me on to Dave Weckl,
yes.
And I, as a musician, completely understand. He blows my mind, and I don't even know why.
But at the same, now I go to a different genre. Thomas Hayak from Meshuggah.
Oh,
my man.
Yeah.
His technical talents are unparalleled. He's the man when it comes to metal drumming. Though there are many good drummers in metal, because I do like my metal. There are many good drummers in metal. Thomas Hayak of Meshuggah is one of the premiers.
Yeah, I agree. You know, we talked about Meshuggah before. I'm also a fan. You know, the culmination of those musicians is, you know, some of their parts is amazing. You know, that's one of those things I personally appreciate in music, and I'm sure you do too.
Right.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of bands that just have, you know, a top tier, you know, platinum player on one particular instrument, but Meshuggah is one of those bands where, you know,
Excuse me.
each individual member is at the top of the game.
They're at the pinnacle of their game.
Yeah, when
they've been doing it for years.
When you put that together,
Bring it all together,
Oh,
you have
my
nothing but
goodness.
heaven in music.
now, you know, obviously, you know, you're a metal, primarily a metal drummer. You know, tell me, I mean, I know you're versatile as far as, you know, your favorite bands, you know, that you draw inspiration from. You know, obviously Meshuggah, obviously the Beatles, you know. Let me put it to you this way. Recently, you know, really recently, have you come across anything that piqued your interest?
Yes, there's a band called Cilise.
Okay.
I couldn't even tell you any of the names of their songs. It's spelled Cilise. They're bad.
You know, I'm unfamiliar with them, but I'm definitely going to check them out.
To me, I've always been a more the non radio type bands. You're not going to hear these bands on the radio. You got to search the internet to find them. You know.